Hey guys, it's Quentin from Fandroid.com here with the Galaxy Nexus and the Asus Transformer Prime. We have these two devices here because we're going to look at Google Chrome beta for Android, and it was just released and announced yesterday. And the reason we need to take a look at it on these devices is because they have Android 4.0 on them, and the application is Android 4.0 only for now. I'm not sure if they're going to be coming out with versions for earlier iterations of Android. Hopefully they do, but if for whatever reason you're not on Android 4.0, here's a quick look at Chrome and what you can expect when you do get on there. So we're going to take a look at the phone version first here on the Nexus and go ahead and unlock that. So let's launch it and show you guys what you see when you first launch it. So this is sort of your speed dial, and you see this whenever you launch the browser for the first time or a new tab. And these are your most frequently visited sites. So whatever sites you visit frequently, whatever you visit often, they'll show up here. You can see I have Fandroid right there, Mint.com, Gmail. So if you want to get to your favorite sites without having to go to your favorites, your favorite sites are going to eventually start popping up here and stay here. So and this is pretty accurate for me. You just go ahead and touch on one real quick. It'll just load it right in that same pane. And we load Fandroid. The browser is pretty quick. I am on Wi-Fi, but it's pretty quick if you have a good connection. It's a very good rendering engine, the same rendering engine used on Google Chrome for desktops, because this code comes from the same Google Chrome repository. So all the code is, I guess, sort of integrated. It's all pulled from the same trunk. So we have a WebKit HTML5 browser. You can see it's very fast in performance. Scrolling up and down is no problem. You do get a bit of checkerboarding sometimes, but once the browser loads all that, the whole page up, you really don't get that after that. I know sometimes the browser will kind of erase everything above and below or outside of the view of the screen, but that doesn't happen here. Very smooth to scroll. You can pinch to zoom. That's very smooth as well. And the rendering engine is just fine. No problems with any sites I visit. It all looks like it's supposed to look when you look at it on a desktop. So I didn't expect anything less because it's kind of the same rendering engine also in the default Android 4.0 browser. So we also don't have Flash because Adobe is done with Flash for Android or for mobile, period. They're not going to be developing any more features for it. So they're not going to be implementing Google Chrome support. Hopefully something can get hacked up for that, but for now you're going to have to stick to HTML5 for video and things like that. So hopefully more and more sites start going toward that direction as far as providing content that's capable, that's compatible with these phones without Flash. So we're going to take a look at the address bar next, and this is kind of what you get on Chrome as well. It's just kind of the I forgot what they call it, but I know like on Firefox they call it Awesome Bar. Here's Chrome's version of it. You start typing a URL or a search term in the address box, and everything comes up. You can see there's a search icon next to what I just typed, or they'll predict where I want to go. So they know I have Fandroid.com bookmarks, and they'll bring that up at the top, and I can just touch that and go there if I want it. You can also go to they'll also pull up things from your history that you visit often, and they'll pull up web page suggestions for you to just go straight to, even if they're not in your bookmarks or your history. So that's pretty much the same from Chrome. And then we also have tabs. So tabs is nothing new. We've had them for a while now, but this is kind of different. They've done this a lot different from what I've ever seen. So you can see we have this kind of a vertical card layout, kind of what you see on the WebOS, but vertically. So you can scroll up and down through your tabs. And they have this cool little animation that goes on when you do it. Kind of just a really cool animation. Good eye candy. Taking advantage of that hardware rendering, that GPU rendering, GPU acceleration. So to close the tab, I can just swipe to the left or to the right and just get it off the screen, and they're closed. You can also close them with the X to the upper right hand side of each tab. And then if I just want to go to a tab, I can just touch it and do it just like that. Now the thing is, for some reason, Google Chrome has been reloading all my tabs every time I switch between them. So I'm not sure if that's a cache issue that can be tweaked, or I'm just not sure what's going on with that. It doesn't really happen that often in the stock browser, so perhaps it's something Google needs to tweak. This is a beta, so I don't expect this to be perfect, but I do feel that the pages load way too often for my liking. I do have 8 tabs open though, so I can understand why they would want to clear all that stuff out of the out of cache and out of memory, but just something to deal with for now. And let's go ahead and jump into the settings menu. You can see we have the back and the forward buttons, as well as the bookmark button to add the current page you're on to your bookmarks. You have your new tab and new incognito tab, and that's something we haven't seen on stock browsers. And if you don't know, incognito from Incognito mode from the desktop version pretty much allows you to browse without site storing your cookies or without your browser storing cache for that site and things like that. It'll still, stuff that tracks network usage will still track that. I'm not sure why you would have, maybe you're at work and you have, you're on a Wi-Fi network and your company monitors your usage. They can still track that. It's just that the browser itself won't store cookies and cache and things like that, but it's still a very good mode if you just want to, I guess, quickly look at something and you don't want people to know you've looked at it. I don't know why you would do it, but there it is anyway. Up and down arrows, and just go ahead and click that. And this is another big feature of Google's, so you can sync your phone with your browser on the desktop and bring all your tabs from that session over here. So you can see these are all the tabs that I have open in my browser on my laptop that's actually in the other room. So if I'm on a computer and I just suddenly need to go somewhere and I don't want to end my browsing session, I can just take my phone and not even worry about it because I can sync it while I'm on the go. I can get all my tabs here, so I can just touch one and it'll load as if you have it on your phone itself. So the thing is with this, it doesn't bring over any of your cookies or anything like that. So if you go to a site where you're logged in or where you have to log in, you're going to have to log in again from here. It also doesn't bring in your autosave. So when you log in, you're going to have to save that locally. That's all locally. So it does have autofill, sorry. It does have autofill. It does allow you to store cookies and stay logged into websites. But you can't do it from browser to browser. You have to do it here first. But once you do sign in, and then if you have that tab open again, or that site open again on your desktop, and you go over to your phone, you're going to be logged in from there. So I wish they would have added the option to bring all that stuff over, so you don't have to worry about logging in and stuff like that. But again, it's a beta. Maybe that stuff can be changed by the time they have a stable final release. Maybe not. I don't know what they're going to be doing. If I wanted to switch through tabs just on the page itself and without having to open the tabs menu, I could just put my thumb over the left or right edge of the screen and kind of just swipe it to the left or right that way. It's a pretty cool and easy and fun way to switch between tabs. It does take a little bit of practice because you have to get your thumb like just right on that edge of the screen, but once you get used to it, it's a very cool feature. Google's done a great job with the eye candy. They're taking full advantage of the hardware acceleration features in Android 4.0. So we're glad to see them doing stuff like this and I guess sharpening up the user interface experience of Android. Let's also just jump into the settings real quick. Sorry, that's the share button. You guys already know what that does. Jump into the settings. And we don't have much here. We do have the ability to change our search engine to Google, Bing, or Yahoo. You can sign into Chrome, so you need to sign into Chrome on here and on your desktop Chrome in order to do the tab sync. You can also manage your autofill form, just save your saved passwords. You can do bandwidth management, clear your browsing data, do your privacy settings, content settings, which is like JavaScript and things like that. Unfortunately, you can't change the homepage, but I personally don't mind it because I always use the speed dial anyway when I first start. So, but for people who do want to use it, and I know there are people who do like to open the same web page every time they start the browser, that's not going to be an option right now. Hopefully they add that later on. They also have developer tools, stuff that me and you probably won't use in everyday situations, but it's stuff that developers will get a great will get great use out of. So settings are pretty much bare. Not really much you want to do in there. There's not much exciting going on, but again, it's only a beta. You never know what they're going to add by the time this becomes version 1.0, and even beyond that, they're also going to update the browser and add new features and hopefully create a good user experience over time. So that's pretty much Chrome on the phone. Now I want to show you guys Chrome on the tablet, and this is the Asus Transformer Prime. The screen is kind of dirty. Go ahead and unlock that. This is Android 4.0. Just go ahead and launch that real quick. And unlike on the phones, you don't get a speed dial right away. You have to specify that you want to open a tab, but you just do that by touching that button there. And you can see that the interface is more akin to what you'd see on the desktop version. So you have the tabs up here. You don't have the kind of thumb through tab interface that you get on the phone, but that's because you don't need it, because you have all this screen real estate. So let's go ahead. You can just open the tab by pressing that plus button, just like on the desktop, and then they have the X's for closing out, just like on the desktop. So you can rearrange the tabs if you want, just by holding it and then dragging and dropping it, just like on the desktop. So pretty much this whole top bar is going to be like what you'd find on your computer. You have your voice button there for voice searching and voice input. So they have that embedded right into the address bar, as well as the bookmarks button. And you have your back reloading forward over here. Bookmarks and other devices are the same as on phones. You get your PC right here, your PC tabs. Also have my Galaxy Nexus. You can see that right there. For some reason, my tablet was not showing up on my phone, but my phone is showing up on my tablet. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. But you can do the same thing on here as you could on the phone. Just switch between tab, open up the new web page, and there we go. See, on ESPN, I would be signed in on my desktop, but I'm not signed in here because it's not bringing over the cookies and my autofill information. But that's okay. Once you sign in, it'll all come over. You won't have to do that stuff anymore. So let's go into settings and just show you guys. It's pretty much the same thing. Settings. You got a different interface. You have your stuff on offset to the left, and then all the content and options off to the right. So sign into Chrome, you can sync Chrome to mobile, which is pretty much like, I guess, Chrome to phone, but it's integrated. So then you have your bandwidth management, autofill, save passwords, under the hood stuff, just like on the phone. So nothing really different there. And pretty much nothing different anywhere. We have this just a different interface adapted for the big screen. Looks kind of like Chrome on desktop, has the same features as Chrome on phone, and this is a very good browser in my opinion. It'll be great when they start adding some more features. Hopefully they update it to bring over your autofill information and your cookies and all that stuff automatically. But for now, it's a very good browser. I really like the integration with Chrome on the desktop. I like being able to walk out of the house without worrying about having to open up pages on my phone or my tablet, because you have more important things to worry about, obviously, when you're on the road doing stuff. So that's been Chrome for Android. Just a quick look at it. I know the video is not that quick, but there's a lot to go through. Check it out in the Android market. I will have a link to the description, a link to the market in the description box, and a link to our Android post about it yesterday. So go ahead and check it out if you can. And if you can't, just wait for it, and hopefully Google does bring this to older operating systems soon. Quentin from Android.com. Thanks.